Hey, what's up everyone? This is DCSG 81 and today we'll look into this assemble Bandai plastic model kit Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story 4. Okay, so this is actually a plastic model kit, which means that it doesn't come like this in a piece. You will have to actually assemble it. If you are interested to view my assembly videos, you can check out the link right here now. Okay, so okay, first of all, I would like to go through all the bad things first before I go through the good things. Okay, the bad thing is this this Buzz Lightyear is extremely hard to actually assemble. It took me about, I think, 4 days just to assemble it. Of course, I don't spend the whole day. I spend a few hours a day just to assemble it. It's very hard, in particular that especially the body. Yeah, and what I would like to say is the parts that is going to assemble is, first of all, the first thing is some of the parts are extremely fragile. It is very easy to break, especially when you're trying to cut it out from the plastic kits. So you have to be very careful, because some of the parts are, especially the face, when you try to cut the face, because there are some parts, like you can see the orange color parts. Don't look at the brown color parts. The orange color part is, the whole orange face is a piece. So when you cut it off, this part here, you can see how thin it is. It might just break off when you cut it. So you really have to be very careful. And the second thing is, some of the parts are very small, especially if you see my video. This part here, if you look hard enough, you'll see there's actually a transparent portion here, this one, and it's so small that for me, I actually have a very small hands. People say I have a girl's hands. Yeah, so I have trouble even holding it down to snap it together with this red color piece of plastic. It took me a while just to snap it together, and it's so small that I believe those of you who have bigger hands will be easily, just I can tell you that once you drop it on the floor, it's gone. You really can't find it. It's very tiny. Yeah, so this is another thing. And then the third thing is, the stickers are very tricky to apply, especially this one here. Okay, you can see on my video, it took me a while just to put on the stickers. And the hands also, each of the hands have their own stickers. It's very hard. And then the fourth thing is, some of the parts are even not the parts, sorry, the manual instruction on the manual is not very clear. Like the assembly to put this body together, they don't really explain much. That's why you can see on my video, it took me a while to just put them together, because they don't tell you. Maybe they do, but it's not very clear that which part should connects to which part. So it took me a while just to figure it out. And lastly is the the funny thing is, even some of the parts, they actually put it on the wrong plastic. If you notice in my assembly video, there are two strings just for this function, for the wings to pop up. The two strings are actually placed in the wrong bags, because they come in different bags. So one is bags A, one is bags B. So the strings that are in bags A and bags B should be the opposite. So it took me a while also just to notice that. Yeah, so yeah, out of these few things, if you are not very passionate about building a model kit, I would suggest you not to get this one, because it's not easy to put him up together. Or as compared to Woody is so much more easier. You can just, maybe the kids can even do it, but this one No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's quite hard. Okay, so out of all these bad things, I would say that if you manage to put it up together, you can see he actually is looking very good. You can see the okay, so now let's go to the details. You can see the face sculpt is actually very nice. It looks just like out of the movie, and the details, the stickers all are nicely done. Really, this Buzz comes with quite a few of gimmicks, although in terms of accessory, which I'll go through later, he doesn't come with much, but he's quite he has quite a few things. Yep, so I believe you already see the wings just now, okay, which I'll go through again later. So you can see all together he looks really good. I mean, just like Woody, you can't really tell that he's actually a model kit. If I were just to put it on display, people would think, wow, I mean, what brand is this? And if I tell them, oh, it's actually a model kit, then I think they will find it hard to believe. Yep. So let's go to the articulation next. Okay, so for the articulations, I believe is pretty much free flow because he's just a model kit. You can see that he can pretty much turn everywhere. He can look down, not much, but he can look up pretty much. I think they make him to look up so that he can have a bit of flying pose. Yep. And then the hands are actually again 360 degrees. There's a swivel here. It's a model kit, so don't swivel too much, it will just drop out like you can see here. But it's quite tight. Okay, so there's a there's a joint that you can actually put all the way, and of course the hands are movable. Okay, and then there's no movement on the waist except that you can turn just left and right. It looks like a spring, but it's actually a hard plastic, so you don't think that you can actually turn it. There's nothing to be turned here. Okay, so as for the leg, he can do a perfect split, I believe. Yep, so there's a swivel as well over here, and his leg can pretty much do a V shape. Very nice, and the legs are quite tight. Yeah, so there are some articulation left and right, front and back. Yeah, pretty much can do quite a lot of things, except just for this part you can't really turn him. Yeah, so that's the articulations. So let's go to the accessories. Okay, so for the accessory, I mentioned earlier that he doesn't come with much, but you can see he comes with a pair of fist hands, okay, and a pair of relaxed hands. That's it. Okay, unlike Woody, actually comes with a lot more hands. So for the faces, he comes with this standard expression face. The eyes are movable actually. I find his eyes are easier to move than Woody, but this particular eyes is not very movable because it's actually not a perfect round eyeball. There's a cut for his eyebrow. I can see this is a perfect eyeball, that's why he can roll, but this is not, so he can pretty much just look up and go left or right a little bit. Okay, and then he comes with another one, which is the suspicion looking face. And again, this is a perfect roundish ball, so it's actually easier to move around, but this one is not. It's actually, there's a cut here. Okay, so he's always looking like this. Okay, and then the next one, this fun face, I would like to call it. Two of the eyeball is actually the round, so they can actually move pretty freely. Okay, but I still doesn't like the way they handle the movement, because I'm still hoping that they can find a way to improve it so that we don't always use our fingers to move it, because the eyeball is actually a stickers, so the more you move, I believe someday the sticker will just come off. Okay, but the faces are very fun indeed. Okay, and I forgot to mention about this in my assembly video. These are his dome. For him, I can show you how it is put it on. So you just need to place it here. Okay, so it looks like it's half open, and then you can put it here. Okay, so this is a perfect closure, and you can't open it up. Okay, it's not like the Revoltech one, you can open it up, you can't. Okay, so if you want to open, you just have to remove it. And this is, again, it's very fragile, so be very careful. Okay, see, now I have trouble taking it off. So I won't be using it because I think I doesn't want to have it with the dome. Maybe just like this. Okay, and he doesn't come with much, but he does come with a lot of gimmick. The very first one, of course, the interesting one is the jetpack. Okay, and there's also, you can actually pull it out. Okay, I was hoping that when you press it, it will just flip here, and this one will bounce out together as well, but it doesn't. So I think it's fine. I mean, still very fun to play with. And also there's also the, you know, where he read his what do you call that, the intercom or something, his communication device. Yeah, so it's pretty cool that they actually remember this. Okay, this laser doesn't work, of course. I mean, if it works like you press, then there's a light here, then it will be very cool, but I don't think they will do that. It's just a model kit. Okay, so other than that, I would think that this jetpack is actually a gimmick. I mean, it's an extra, and for this one as well, I do appreciate they actually do this. Okay, and also the dome thing. So yep, so it's more fun in a way as compared to Woody, and of course it comes with the same display stands that actually can connect together with Woody, as I mentioned in the previous review for Woody. Yeah, so let's just see. So this is how it works. They also give this connector that I have already put on, so you just need to connect together, and then you can have both of them stands together. And they also have this something like a pack that you can put into any holes that you want. So that depends on the posture you want him to have. You can just put anywhere so that they can actually stand better, because one of the leg actually have a hole. I don't know why they don't want to make both legs have holes. They just want the left legs. Same goes for Woody, if I'm not wrong. Yep. Oh, okay, I understand why. Because the other legs is actually for the stickers. Remember the stickers? You can choose whether you want Bonnie or Andy. Yeah, I have not chosen it yet. So for Buzz, it's the same. There's also a Bonnie and Andy, which I haven't chosen yet. So if they have holes in both legs, so there's no way you can stick. I mean, you can still stick, but you will have a hole in your sticker as well, which looks weird. Okay, so I guess that's why they are doing that. Okay, so let's move on to size comparison. Okay, so for the size comparison, of course, I'll compare him with his counterpart Woody from the same Bandai plastic model kit. You can see they actually scale pretty well as opposed to the one that comes with the Revoltech. Okay, so this is the one that comes with the Revoltech. You can see the size is extremely big difference, like father and son. So we'll have a look together with the Woodies. So this is the Woody that comes with the Bandai plastic model kit, and this is the Buzz that comes with Revoltech. So well, I would say that in a way they do scale pretty well together, I mean for their own branding, but somehow I still, yeah, he's still shorter. You can see this Buzz is actually almost reaching the Woody nose, but this is not even, this is just on his neck. It should be slightly taller. Okay, Next, we will have him with Jessie from the Rebotech series. Actually, I find this Jessie actually can pretty much scale with the Bandai model kit. You can see if I put Woody together, they actually scale pretty well, I would say. Of course, if the plastic model kit make her, I believe she should be on the same height as Woody, but I think she looks pretty fine together with even for the Rebotech versions. Okay, so next I will have him with the s.h.figuarts Iron Man Mark 85, as well as the Marvel Legend 80th anniversary Iron Man, the classic one, the Alex Ross version. So you can see the size comparison, although they are totally unrelated. Lastly, I will compare him with the Mayfax John Wick Chapter 2, as well as the Figma Catwoman from the Batman Ninja series. Okay, so the final verdict for this guy actually is pretty hard for me to give a point, because once it's assembled, I definitely like it a lot. I can actually give him a 9 out of 10 because he really looks very good. I mean, just compare with the Rebotech one and you will know what I mean. Yeah, it just looks like very big difference. But don't get me wrong, because this Buzz is the very first batch. You can actually see the dome is starting to turn yellowish. I have this Buzz for as long as I can remember. I believe he's about as old as when I got my Rebotech Woody, because I bought them together. Is at very least 7 to 8 years, maybe even more. So these are really old toys, so it's really not fair to compare with this new one, because I believe if Rebotech were to make them again, I don't mean reissue, I mean really from the scratch they make him again, it will definitely look a lot better than this. Okay, so it's not fair to compare, but yeah, he still look a lot better. I mean, it's undeniable that this Buzz is just looking like he came out from the animations. Okay, so but like I say in the very first part of my video, he is very hard to assemble. Yeah, you really have to have a lot of patience, a lot of you have to be extremely attentive to the parts, because there are a lot of parts that are small, fragile, and actually I broke one of the plastic at the waist here. This green color one, you can see is very thin. When I try to cut it off from the plastic that holds it, it actually breaks into two. So I immediately just glue it back, so it seems okay now. But I don't think I can actually take it out again. It's forever stuck, but it's fine. You can't really see it if I don't tell you. Okay, so I'm lucky that it's not this part that breaks, because I think if this part breaks, it will look pretty obvious because it's at the front. So yeah, so things like this will happen. And even for this green color plastic, it's also extremely fragile. When I cut it off, I really have sweat on my head. It's very fragile. So all by all, once it's assembled, then it's fine. But it is during the assembly part that is very painstaking. So you if you want to get this, just remember what I say. It's really hard. It's not something like Woody, which I can build it up in one day. But this one actually took me 4 days. Yeah, so overall I think he still deserves a pretty good point. I would say that I'm giving him maybe an 8 out of 10. Yep, 1 point is deducted from the assembly portions of it, but overall the gimmick wise is fun to play with, and I think he looks very good in photography as well. Yep, so stay tuned for more pictures at the end of the video, and I think that's it for my review for this Buzz. I hope you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and also leave me a comment if you'd like to know more about him, and subscribe to my channel if you like my content so far. Until then, I'll speak to you real soon. Bye.